today, want to talk to you guys about going to reptile shows, reptile show etiquette, things we didn't know about. Like, honestly, we'd never been to a reptile show up until us starting to go in March. So just some things like we've picked up, what we've noticed, talk to you about the good, the bad, the ugly. Mostly good, honestly, in my opinion.
Mostly.
Really can't complain too much about it. It's a great place to meet people and to find like-minded people about, that enjoy the hobby as much as you do. So yeah, let's start this off with
Mingling with the breeders.
we do it.
So you just go from table to table, you can introduce yourself, talk with the breeders. They'll be more than happy to, answer any questions you have about anything, oh, I like the snake you have, can you tell me more? And most of the time they will tell you everything that they have time to tell you. Then they'll show you around and show you other snakes. They don't spend too much time, but they spend enough time to give you the information you need.
Yeah.
Because they are running a business, you don't want to take up all their time because, you need to make way for the next person to come along and the next person. But on the flip side, we've encountered this just like once where we were very interested in purchasing a snake over $1,000. It was like $1,200.
A lot of money to us, honestly.
Yeah.
Might not have been to them, I guess. Maybe that's why they just didn't care. But
we were blatantly obvious, like, oh wow, that's gorgeous. Yes, that would go in our collection perfectly. And then they just sat there as the whole thing is going on, and they didn't greet us. Zero customer service. Didn't want to make a sale apparently.
Yeah, like we're looking down at the snake, looking up at them.
Yeah.
They're just talking to each other, mind you, just them, not like talking to like somebody else or anything. Like literally, it was a couple. They were just talking to each other, sitting in their chair. It's like
we could have been like, "Excuse me, I'd like to purchase a snake," but at the same time, it's principle of the matter that you don't have time for me. I don't have money to give you.
Yeah, if you can't say hi to me,
yeah,
like introduce yourself, like, hey.
Takes a second. Be like, hey guys.
Need anything? We're over here. Like, say, literally walk up. Oh, hey. If you guys have any questions, I don't know. We've never vended at a snake show, so I don't know. But
we have worked jobs before, so we do know that,
personal opinion, if you...
Customer service is
somebody
important.
comes up to you, you just greet them.
Yeah.
Even, if you're doing something, hey, we're over here if you have any questions. Cool.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, we didn't get anything
from them.
But
took our money elsewhere.
Yeah, so we just...
And that brings me to money. Bring cash.
Cash is key.
Yes.
Cash is king.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier to negotiate with someone if you see like a $600 snake.
For like $550, be like, yo, can I do $550 cash?
You do $550? Yeah. Now don't be ridiculous. Don't say, hey, would you take $200? That's rude.
For like $550, let's be honest here. Because most of these people that you go see, guess what? Guess where all their snakes are usually listed? Morph Market. So you know what they have to do? They have to sell it, package it, and ship it. Yes, you get to pay less because you're at a reptile show, but you offer them a little less. Sometimes, depending on, I'm not going to go up to $100 snake and be like, yo, take $50 for this thing. No, it's a $500, $600 snake. Hey, will you take, $50 off of this? I got cash. You don't have to ship it. You don't have to take it home. But also, the key is going on the last day of the reptile show. Yes, obviously you miss out on the good stuff day one, but if you know what you want and you're just doing this to, you're not looking for that one thing that is gonna be there, in the morning on day one, obviously go day one. But if you're okay, shopping around for some deals, just trying to build my collection, trying to add a thing here or there, popular item probably, probably a few people probably have it. Go on the last day. Honestly, you get your best deals on the last day. We always go on Sundays. Here in Florida, we have, for the most part, they're 2-day reptile shows. So it's usually a Saturday and a Sunday, and I always work on Saturdays. Well, I used to always work on Saturdays. So now it was, hey, Sunday, let's go. And, hey, found a snake, just like one of our snakes. We did that. The guy wanted $600 for it. We're like, hey, would you do $550? He's like, yeah. So we went to the ATM and got out cash and gave him $550.
Yeah.
Do not use the ATMs at the reptile show. It is like a $20 charge.
It's a big fee.
It's like going to a strip club and getting out cash. You don't do it. You bring the money with you. If I ever went to a strip club, I don't do that. Happily married. 12 years, I think.
I'm so glad you got that right.
I winged it.
Another tip is when you are purchasing a snake from someone, or any reptile, the reptile show, grab the person's business card.
Oh, yes.
That way, if you have anything you need to ask later on, you know who you got it from, and you have their information, you can contact them. Which leads me to what you look for when you're considering buying a snake.
And why you grab that business card. So if you're not familiar with the face, you'll be familiar with the name, because you bought a snake that didn't end up doing too well because it was your first time buying a reptile ever in your life and you just didn't know what to look for. Which is why you're here, and we're going to tell you what to look for so you don't make the same mistakes that I made or Holly has made about buying a snake at a reptile show. And that is...
So you know how Jeremy talks about how much he loves Mojave?
I love my Mojave.
So we see a Mojave, and we're like...
It's $100 for a Mojave.
Now this particular vendor had this Mojave and didn't have a business card or any kind of branding, anything. I'd love to tell you who this person was. I can't tell you their name or anything, but we got the snake. They bagged it up. Sure thing. Here you go. Got it home. And then, what is going on with this snake? Why is it always in its water dish? Why are all of our snakes now in their water? All of our snakes are now in their water dish all the time. What is? And then Jeremy saw something on the Mojave. What did you see, Jeremy?
I saw it in the water bowl first. I saw some black flecks. Little black flecks. Nothing
Who
major.
put Pepper in here?
Yeah, who put Pepper?
This Pepper's moving?
We picked it up and there was mites on my hands.
Freaking mites.
But,
what a pain.
It is a pain, but it's also, honestly, our fault. Like, cool, we can blame the breeder or, people that we got, but we didn't know. We were stupid. We didn't inspect the animals first. Honestly, if you're going to be buying it, guess what? And that breeder isn't going to let you look at it. I wouldn't buy it.
Probably, yeah, he would have. But at the same time, dude, you're bringing mites to a show. Okay, so that's why I said I'd love to tell you who it was. But, if we ever see him again, we'll be like, you, never buy from you again. We might not say that to him, but we definitely are going to think it really hard.
I honestly have been, we've been to about a dozen reptile shows since our first one. Over a dozen. I've not seen the gentleman since, honestly.
That individual have some been there. No?
But honestly, it is honestly, we point fingers, but it is our responsibility, your responsibility as a purchaser to inspect that animal. Obviously, if you look at something, I don't care if it's $100 snake or a $10,000 snake. Obviously, $10,000 snake, you better have that money out. You better be holding on to it. But look at that animal.
Yeah.
I don't think the guy's gonna run off with your money. Right?
That would be wild. You just see him jumping over tables on his way out the door.
But just look, inspect it, make sure there's nothing wrong with it. Check for kinks, check for mites. Those are some visuals you can do. Check the size. If it's tiny, looks like it might have ate one meal in its life, and it's, I don't know. Hey, you might be new to this, so you don't know. But if it's
we have an example.
One in a ball. This is gonna be an example of this is what size you want to look for, I guess. Nothing smaller than this. This is a hatchling that we produced. Size of my hand, looks good. Eating. This is 100 grams. So anything under 100 grams, I personally, personal opinion here, do not buy a snake less than 100 grams.
Yeah.
I'm going to get backlash for that, but just Don't do it.
And know what it's eating when you get
Yes.
it. We purchased a snake and it became an issue because did not know that the snake was actually on mice. So we get it home, like, what's going on? It's not eating rats. And then I had the business card, and we contacted the breeder and found out, hey, it's eating mice, so that's why it's not eating rats. So then we were able to feed it a
Mouse.
mouse.
So, very good to have a business card. Just keep in contact. Okay. So to wrap up, we talked about mingling with the breeders. Not too much, but enough to get to know them and get to know what you want to buy. Also talked about taking cash there because cash is king.
Be ready.
The king to negotiate too, because you can save a couple dollars by going to the reptile show and bringing cash. Also collecting the business cards from any of the breeders that you have bought from, just so you can maintain contact with them if you have any questions or concerns about what you have purchased. And also, so you can also get on their social medias, their Facebooks, Instagrams, YouTube, whatever they have. It's a good way to keep in contact and to follow along with people that you like to buy from. That's what we do. We follow everybody that we like to buy from. It's also just a great way to, make connections. Also, we talked about the negatives, about, what to look for in a snake. Can't really show you what mites look like, but
Thank goodness.
If you have questions about that, comment down below. We'll tell you what we do personally. I'm not gonna recommend it to anybody because what we do works for us, might not work for you, and we use nicks. But we'll talk about that in another episode. I think if you guys want that, comment down below. Let us know what you think. Maybe what you guys want to see next. We're here to help you and to grow with you too. So thank you for your time today.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Ding, ding, ding. See you on the next one.
Heck yeah.
Bye.